Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Auphanim. Now, there is an article on financefeeds.com. It's about Ripple, but this little piece here at the bottom is very interesting, and it goes like this. It says 70 plus enforcement actions support Ripple, not the SEC. Let's just read just a little part of this. And it says, in response, Ripple stated that a cert reply is amply justified here. In order to tackle the SEC's inappropriately premature request for this court to conclude, as a factual matter, the market participants had fair notice that XRP would be considered a security. The enforcement actions cited in the report do not actually support the SEC's argument in the first place. The Ripple Council argued, adding that not one of those cases alleged a violation of Section 5's registration requirements for a sale of digital assets outside the context of an ICO. The court should deny the SEC's request for judicial notice and disregard the SEC's attempt to rely on disputed facts to foreclose a legally cognizable defense. In conclusion, Ripple argues that the court may not properly take judicial notice of the Cornerstone report. The facts it contains are not undisputed. And if the court were to consider the cases cited in the report, they support Ripple, not the SEC. I told you. Oh man, the SEC bit off more than it can chew when it comes to Ripple. They never expected Ripple to fight back this hard. I don't know that they've ever had anybody fight back this hard. Of course, you have a lot of resentment from Elon Musk towards the SEC, but I don't think he defeated the SEC. A lot of people, they pay the fines, they get regulated and just dominated, and the SEC is breathing down their neck in an authoritarian way for a long time into the future. And they never expected Ripple to fight back this hard. Ripple is fighting back this hard because they know what's at stake. They understand the goal, the vision of the future, that there is a doorway open. And if you want to walk through that doorway, then, skies cannot be the limit to what XRP can do. The money that it can bring, the power that it can bring. When I tell you XRP, along with XLM, Algorand, and HBAR, Cello is in there also. These foundations, these cryptocurrencies stand to change the world forever, not just financially, but we're talking about the power structure of the world. This is one of the few chances everyone's going to get to mold the world into something new, something different. The way you pay, the way that you interact with an app, the way that people can wield power over you because they have large institutions like banks and commercial banks and central banks and intermediaries taking money from people. All of that can change. Imagine the possibilities. That's what's on the line. The changing of the world, the completely new world system. That sounds a little bit weird. New world, yeah, redacted. Let me redact that real quick. But it's true. Everything would be new. This is one of the few opportunities. I think Ripple understands that. And it would be at the forefront of that. When you control the money, you have a lot of power and a lot of say about how things function in the world. You see what happened with the IMF in El Salvador, right? And how the IMF tried to will its supervisory power over El Salvador by telling them, hey, we don't want you to use Bitcoin, but do you understand why they can do that? They have certain connections with a lot of these countries where I believe the IMF provides them with credit or loans or whatever they do. And so they feel because of that, they can wield power over a country. They don't have to live there. They don't have to deal with everything that's going on there politically, socially, but they're going to tell that country what to do. Do you see a problem there? I'm just looking at it from a changing of the guard and people being ready for a changing of the guard aspect. So what I'm trying to convey is the world is ready for a new system because they're tired of sort of having the old system leaning on their shoulder. The old system, in its parasitic way, takes everything from the world, right? But gives really nothing back. What they're giving is illusory. So Ripple understands that. And this is what XRP stands to do. Also, think about how many people's lives will change when XRP has a parabolic run and you're making generational wealth. Now, there are a lot of people out there that claim that they want to take their riches and change the world. Well, you definitely will have the opportunity if everything goes according to plan. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but let's say you make generational wealth and you didn't like how the world was before. Well, now you have a voice, and your voice is backed by money, which means that your voice is backed by power. Your money is representative of the power that you wield. And so now you could change things, theoretically speaking, if you wanted to. You could try. Whereas before, you really couldn't really do much. Yes, you could let your voice be heard, but now you have a large amount of money backing you. So if you wanted to do something like that, you could. And that is an opportunity. So you see what I'm saying? Even in that way, there is a new era on the horizon. And that's another reason why the legacy system is fighting so hard. They don't want countries to have the choice. They don't want you to have the choice. They want to continue to control everything. But a lot of people don't see that. What they see is that they're caught up in these small fights, this divide and conquer. XRP people, you should hate the Bitcoin people, and Bitcoin people go hate on XRP. That's silly. Divided, you will fall. Know what? No one needs to go against anyone. Nothing can stop XRP's rise. Nothing can stop XLM's rise. They are the new financial system. Nothing is going to stop that. It can only delay it a little bit. It's just slowing it down, but the train is still moving. But they don't want you to have that choice. They want you to be distracted, right? And maybe if you're distracted long enough, maybe they can figure out a way to conscript it, take it over. And if they take it over, you won't have that opportunity. Don't be distracted. Keep your eyes on the ball. Keep your focus, right? This is why they have their people everywhere trying to fudge you out. They're writing articles hating on XRP everywhere. The hatred of XRP is unbelievable. They're in every comment section telling people to sell their XRP. They're on all of these different websites telling people to sell their XRP. I know because I've seen it, right? Why? They understand. They don't want you to have that freedom. They don't want you to have that control. In the end, it's not just about money. It's about freedom. Regaining what was yours in the first place. Being able to do what you please. Of course, within the boundaries of law, if we want to say that. Within the boundaries of goodness, if we can say that. However you want to put it. But it's the freedom you were born with that you would reacquire because you have generational wealth. There is no one who will be able to tell you what to do. As long as you're doing good things, of course. So they don't want that. They want to have that control because without you working for them, without you being under their control, they're nothing. They're nothing. Okay. And the new system would not allow them to rob everyone the way that they have been doing. And let me tell you something. They've been robbing the banks. That's why the banks want the new system as well. It's not the banks standing against everyone. Maybe you have a few key figures within the supervisory bodies. The commercial banks want to use the new banking coins worse than anyone. The Bank of International Settlements, a couple of the supervisory bodies also want to use it more than anyone else. Most of the world wants it. There's a small select group with too much money and too much power that don't want you to have that. So even they want to break free. Even they want to break free so that they can make the money that they always wanted to make and do what they always knew they wanted to do and shake off those manacles of control that the legacy system has had on everyone for far too long. Freedom is at stake. Lots of money. Unfortunately, I have to say that lots of money is the way that most people, not all, most people will find their way to freedom. You have an opportunity to have peace. You buy a private beach. You buy your own private estate. Now, maybe you find peace. Maybe before you were in the hustle and bustle of the city life, always in that office, always trying to close deals. All of those boring people sitting in deals, talking in your ear all day. And sure, you're making some okay money, but you got to go back to the office again. You got to sit in that Zoom meeting with all of these CEOs who are talking about nothing. You're bored to death. Maybe you don't have to do that now. And you find extreme amounts of peace, divine-like peace. How good would that be? Your children have peace. Your mother, your father, whoever you seek to bring with you. Maybe you move somewhere that's beautiful. Maybe the place you lived, a lot of people have mansions and large houses and such in areas that I just can't even believe it. I can't even believe that's there. Why, like the scenery is horrible. Maybe you move somewhere there's beautiful scenery. You have a nice place to live somewhere that's beautiful, and that brings relaxation to your mind. Just imagine how that feels. Freedom is at stake. The future is bright. Don't let them take it from you. They're trying to take it from you every day. You see them in the comment sections. You see their videos, some of them. Sell your XRP. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I only speak for myself, Auphanim. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't want to be. But I know what I'm here for. I know what I'm here for. No retreat, no surrender. That is Spartan law. No retreat, no surrender. And I follow Spartan law. Simple as that. No retreat. I'm not taking a step back. Not going to happen. I got my shield up. We're in the phalanx and I'm holding the line. This is a question about how many people hold the line with me. That's okay. Even if everybody runs, which would be equivalent to selling, even if everybody runs, Auphanim is holding the line. I'm going to hold the line, whether it's XRP or XLM. They can all retreat. Doesn't it? That's okay. That's okay. I was prepared for this long ago. Prepared. And I'm holding my shield. I'm holding the line. And even if, let's say you sold everything, that's okay. Still come to the channel if you want to see how it's all going to turn out, because I'm going to be here until the end. Till the end. Holding the shield. Anyway, so the SEC, the sword swinger for the legacy system, is in a bad position. Bad position. And I'm happy about that. I told you, Mr. Gensler, I'm disappointed in you, Gary. I'm very disappointed in you, sir. I know you're a fighter. You like to fight. You do. I can tell. I'm a fighter myself. Did wrestling my entire life. Taekwondo, boxing, jiu-jitsu, right? I could tell a fighter when I see it in your eyes. And you still have this aggression, Mr. Gensler. You got to let it go. You're not going to ever be happy. And that's why you're taking out your aggression on everyone, everywhere that you go, as far as being a regulator. And just declaring how you're going to go after everybody. Everybody? Why? You know specifically who's the problem in crypto. You do. All the scam coins. You don't want to get started with any of those scam coins. The rug pulls. Come on now. But you're going to go after the legit coins and damage them. But you claim you're protecting the people. Such hypocrisy, because you can't hide that aggression. You have so many connections to the legacy system, Mr. Gensler. It's not even funny. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to keep things civil here. Let's continue on here. So then we have Ripple, a tweet here from the Digital Euro Association. Thrilled to share that at Ripple has joined the DEA as a supporting partner. Ripple is one of the leading providers of enterprise blockchain and hashtag crypto solutions for cross-border payments. How much is the B2B cross-border payments remittance market? I like to always remind everybody, $75 trillion. Smell that money. Just inhale with me for a moment. I smelled the money. Did you? You didn't inhale deep enough. $75 trillion. Ripple is now a part of the Digital Euro. My goodness. XRP can't stop winning. It just keeps winning every day. They give you something new every single day. How could you think it's going to fail? That doesn't make any sense to me. It's like the people who think Stellar is going to fail. It's like every day they're giving you, not every day, but every once in a while, they're giving you massive news. So even though there's not a ton of news coming out, every bit of news is massive. XRP is the same way, but they've been doing it more often. The skyrocket. It's going to take off so fast. In my humble opinion, anything can happen. There's no guarantees, but XRP is going to take off so fast. It's going to rip your blazer off. You're wearing a t-shirt. Oh, that's cute. It's going to rip your t-shirt off. You better double up. Strap yourself in. Put your seatbelt real tight. Just tighten it up because you're in for a ride. Ride of a lifetime. A lot of people are going to miss the ride. That's perfectly fine. I'll stretch my leg out and take up 2 seats. It's just how I think. It's just how I am. Let's just read a little bit further. I appreciate everybody hanging in there with me. I know people out there new to the channel like, man, Auphanim, one day he's joking, one minute he's intense. I'm an interesting person. I'll just say that. I believe I am. Different at different times. Digital Euro Association partners with Ripple. This is from blog.digitaleurosociation.de. The Digital Euro Association is delighted to announce its partnership with Ripple as a supporting partner. We read that part already. Let's skip forward a little bit. Ripple, one of the leading providers of enterprise blockchain technology. Ripple is also a member of the Digital Pound Foundation. They're a member of all these foundations for central bank digital currencies. I asked you before, and I showed the data on the channel. I showed the screenshots. Do you remember how much intra-bank payments are? And you mean to tell me you don't think you don't think that XRP is going to have a parabolic run? From one institution, the intra-bank payment average, $400,000 per transaction. And a lot of the institution data we saw, the intra-bank payments for a lot of these large commercial banks and central banks was hovering around millions of dollars per transaction. I showed that screenshot as well, right from the documents from the banks themselves. So what we're saying is the average for intra-bank payments is astronomical. Look it up for yourself, intra-bank payments average. Look it up for yourself and look it up for a lot of the banks that XRP or Ripple has deals with that stand to utilize XRP. It's going to blow your mind. And you probably would just laugh at the people who say XRP is going to zero after that. And here you see them now, a part of all of these foundations for central bank digital currencies. Let's continue on here, though. The DEA partnership with Ripple includes, amongst others, joint educational efforts. I told you there's a learning curve. Whether it's the Stellar Foundation educating people or Ripple, there's a learning curve. It's going to take a few years because the people have to understand who are working in the banks and who are going to be using this new infrastructure. They need to understand how to use this technology, how it's beneficial, where it's going into the future. There is a lot to cover, especially coming out of that old antiquated system. That system that they're using now, so basic, it's ridiculous and it's susceptible. And so they're going to have to get used to using this superior technology. So yeah, there's an educational curve. So let's continue on here. Joint educational efforts around digital currencies and knowledge exchange. The Digital Euro Association is a think tank specializing in central bank digital currencies, stablecoins, crypto assets, and other forms of digital money based in Frankfurt, Germany. Stellar's in there also, with one of the oldest banks issuing their stable coins and other crypto coins that they're going to be working on, possibly using XLM. Was it Bankhaus Vanderhoven? I think it was something like that. The oldest bank over there in Europe using XLM. Anyway, listen, the bank coins are going to dominate. They're all going to see very, very healthy returns on investment. In my humble opinion, there's no guarantees. No guarantees. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but XRP is going to explode. XLM is going to explode. Hedera, if they land a CBDC, Hedera is going to take off the hardest. Algorand is going to explode. Nuclear. Did you see who just took over as Algorand's CEO? If you haven't, you better check that out. I just did a video on it, but you can go right to their Twitter if you want and just check that out. Okay. Do you see what Cello has been doing? Listen, the bank coins have taken their mission serious and they have made major moves. I don't think 2022 could go any better for setting things up. You see what MTech just did? They're pushing HBAR all around the world. Did you see what they just did? Bank coin holders are going to flourish and live beautiful lives in the future. Just my humble opinion. So, now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. Shout out to Crypto Raider, by the way. So, until next time, let's get to the money.